her.
How are you in this present moment?
Happy.
Good, yeah.
Relaxed.
Hey, y'all, what are your names?
My name's Audrey.
I'm Mary Claire.
I'm Kate.
Where y'all from?
Mississippi.
We all are from Mississippi.
All around.
How are you in this present moment?
Happy.
Good, yeah.
Relaxed.
What is something you're grateful for?
My friends.
Me too, friends. My life, my current life.
And family.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
oh yeah. Sentimental one.
What does the word stress mean to y'all?
The word stress means to me like anxious, like tight ball, being unsettled. Yeah.
Unhappy.
Do you guys consider yourselves stressed ever? And if so, like, when do you find yourself stressed usually?
Usually with work. Sorry, I'm going out of turn. Should we start over?
Yeah.
Oh. Not super often, but yeah, usually it's with work.
Or like my life trajectory sometimes stresses me out. Like big picture wise, even though then I reel it back in and I don't get as stressed, but sometimes that can really stress me.
And relationships too.
How do y'all overcome stress in your lives?
Talk about it with a friend.
Day-to-day tasks like doing laundry,
Jesus Christ.
going on a walk, journaling, reflecting, really bringing it back to where it all matters.
Yeah, I think for me it's like taking me time and like thinking about things and then gathering my thoughts on those and talking with friends about it.
Have y'all heard of a guy named Sadhguru before?
Who?
Sadhguru?
No.
Well, let's watch a video about him.
Don't worry about your work, you give it up. What do you want? You want a roof? I'll give you. You want food every day? I'll give you. All you have to do is just sit in one place and be blissful. I will feed you for the rest of your life. Can you do? No. You want to mess up something every day. People say they're only working for a living. I said, don't worry. I'll give you shelter, I'll give you food every day. No problem. All you have to do is, I want to see tears of blissfulness every day. That's all the requirement. You don't have to do any work, you don't have to serve me, you don't have to produce anything, nothing. Just sit here blissfully, we'll feed you, we'll worship you. No. So the problem is not in your work, the problem is not in your life, the problem is not in the world that you live. The problem is just that you have not done the necessary things for this one to flow through this effortlessly, beautifully. The necessary work has not been done and we are just hoping it'll happen by accident. It doesn't happen by accident. Lot of people in the world think United States of America is heaven. But people who live here don't think so at all. Isn't it so? Isn't it? A lot of people in the world are dying to get an entry into the country. If you open up the southern borders, 10 million people will enter tomorrow morning because they think this is heaven. But you are not experiencing it that way, isn't it? You are not experiencing this as heaven because hell and heaven is not a geographical place. Hell and heaven is what you make out of yourself, isn't it? Too much talk about heaven has been going on because there are too many people who made a hell out of themselves. If you had made a heaven out of yourself, would you talk about going to heaven? If you sit here and you're feeling ecstatic right now, would you aspire to go to heaven, I'm asking? Once it happened, early 20th century. An Orthodox Greek church, a bishop from that church. You know, Orthodox Greeks have their own separate church, they have their own pope who lives in Turkey, you know this? So a bishop from this order had heard so much about Indian mysticism and he wanted to go to India, but he never got around to make it because he had to serve the cloth that he wore. And after 60 years of age, when he is semi-retired, he got the opportunity and went to India. So he came to South India, near where we are, and he wanted to meet a mystic, a yogi. So somebody said, go up this mountain, near a cave, there is a yogi sitting, you can go. So our man went, plodded up the mountain, halfway up and went. In front of a cave, an old man with a gentle smile upon his face was just sitting with his eyes closed.
What do y'all think so far from watching this?
I agree with him.
Very insightful.
I wish I was like watching it in a quiet place where I could pay better attention. But I
With better
like
music?
what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Closed. So the bishop went and prostrated. He cannot do it, he is not made for that. But they had told him, if you go to India, you have to crawl. He prostrated like this and with all his four limbs he got up. The yogi looked at him with amusement. Obviously, he has never prostrated anywhere before. And he smiled. Then the bishop said, I am like this, I am a bishop. I have served in the church for so long, but I have a few questions, can you answer? The yogi smiled and said, yes, please, whatever the question. Then the bishop asked, what is life? At the age of 60. What is life? So the yogi closed his eyes, became very blissful and said, life is like the fragrance of a jasmine on the spring breeze. And tears of blissfulness flowed out of his eyes as he was saying this. Then the bishop said, no, no, no. Our Pope has told us life is like a thorn and we must renounce it. And even symbolically, Jesus himself wore a crown of thorns. So, how come you say this? Our Pope says otherwise. The yogi looked at him, smiled and said, well, that's his life. So, what you make out of it is not because of where you are, what you are, it is just what you make out of it, isn't it? Yes. So, have you created the necessary mechanism? Have you created the necessary system? Have you created the necessary ingredients within you to make this like the fragrance of jasmine on a spring breeze and not a thorn? If it's a thorn, we must pluck the damn thing out, isn't it? Isn't it so?
Yes.
What'd you think of the video?
I thought it was really good. I think everyone should watch it.
How about you, Mary Claire?
I thought it was really good. I liked it's insightful. It's very like inspiring that you make your life the way you see it, the way you make your own life, and just be happy and see thoughtful happiness in the future, and that's what counts. I agree.
Agreed. I like the punchline of pluck the thorn out and remove whatever unhappiness is there from your life.
Would you say your view on stress has changed after watching this video?
I don't know my view on stress, but it like makes you reset a little bit, you know? Just check in.
Yeah, I don't think my views changed necessarily, but I do think things like this are important to reinforce. You forget little lessons that you learn throughout your life, and you need to keep talking about it.
Agreed. I think like the onset of stress can kind of sometimes be hard to control, but you can then control how you handle it and treat it.
What is something or anything that you learned from the video?
Something you learned from the video.
I don't know. I don't know if I learned something. I just think I was reminded things and like saw it in a different way.
I just liked the story of that's how one man sees his life or whatever. He sees it that way, you see it your way. That's the meaning of life. So it's everybody has their own.
Yeah, a new perspective.
Yeah.
What do you think of the guru himself after watching him for the first time?
Was that the man speaking?
Yeah.
He seems knowledgeable.
I thought he was relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely puts you at peace.
I like that he was like funny too, not just all serious.
Anything you want to say to the world? Here's your spotlight.
To the world.
Oh God. Mindset is everything.
Do your laundry.
Take a breath.
Do your laundry.